And the animosity between Apple and Facebook goes way back. These companies do not really compete with each other. So why are they fighting? And why should you care about this fight? Our next report explains how users will be collateral damage in this tech war.
Apple and Google are two mammoth technology companies, and that's where their similarities end. Almost all of Facebook's revenue comes from advertising, while Apple makes most of its money by selling gadgets. Both companies pose no direct threat to each other, but it seems they just cannot stand each other. The fight began as early as 2010. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, had a piece of advice for Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook. Jobs was answering a question on user privacy. He said, "Privacy means people know what they're signing up for," in plain English and repeatedly. While he did not name Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg was sitting in the audience when Steve Jobs uttered those words. 4 years after that event, Zuckerberg was the subject of a cover story in the Time magazine. The Facebook founder chose this opportunity to respond to Apple. He called Apple's take on privacy a ridiculous concept. What, you think because you're paying Apple that you're somehow in alignment with them? If you were in alignment with them, then they'd make their products a lot cheaper. So what's this fight about? Privacy, you would think. Scratch the surface and you'll see there's a lot more to it. Apple and Facebook are fighting over you, the user. They're competing for your attention and your loyalty. It seems Facebook is paranoid about the influence that Apple wields over its users. In 2019, Apple blocked Facebook from running its internal iOS apps. This was a nightmare for 35,000 Facebook employees. They couldn't even perform the most basic tasks at work. Their calendars didn't work. They couldn't check the company's shuttle service schedule. The reason behind the crackdown was this. Facebook had launched a research app that allegedly allowed it to snoop on the online activity of users. This was in exchange for $20. Apple refused to allow Facebook to run this app on its platform. Ultimately, the app was taken down. The message was clear. Facebook will not get a free pass from Apple. Its CEO, Tim Cook, has often used his public appearances to send an indirect message to Facebook.
Our own information, from the everyday to the deeply personal, is being weaponized against us with military efficiency.
Perhaps this made Mark Zuckerberg realize where the true power in the tech industry lies. Facebook makes the apps that run the world's biggest social network, but Apple controls the distribution of the apps. While Android dominates the mobile computing market, Apple's iOS is second, and Apple products are often seen in the hands of the wealthy and the influential. It has a loyal customer base that remains in the Apple ecosystem. The clash between Apple and Facebook is cultural and personal. But zoom out of the specifics, and you'll find two companies that now increasingly look like monopolies, fighting each other to influence the future of the tech industry and dictate the rules that users must follow to keep using their innovations. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.